Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another Teacher Tip Tuesday. I'm Stephanie with Archangel Education and Technology, and this week I want you to join me on a journey back to your fifth grade classroom. Go ahead and close your eyes. I want you to think about your fifth grade classroom. I hope that yours was as joyful of an experience as mine was. When I close my eyes and I think about fifth grade, I'm taken back to Mrs. Snelson's class at Westgate Elementary School in Virginia. Mrs. Nelson was a phenomenal teacher. And fun fact, I still talk to Mrs. Nelson to this day. I'm well out of fifth grade, but she and I share a lot of stories because I was a fifth grade teacher as well. One of my favorite things that Mrs. Nelson taught us about was the government. And I loved learning about the presidents and I loved learning about our history. And I grew up wanting to teach those things to my students. And so in fifth grade, I was able to share the story of how our government came to be, from the Articles of Confederation to the Constitutional Convention to the Virginia Plan and the New Jersey Plan, the Great Compromise, how the three branches of government, executive, legislative, and judicial, came to be, and what purpose they serve in the checks and balances of our government. And I wanted to share with you today a resource that the government White House government website provides, and it's a great resource for you to use in your classroom. So when you go to the whitehouse.gov website, you'll see there's a lot of information here in the menu bar, but one of those tabs in the menu bar is about the White House. And so when you come down, you can learn about the presidents and the first families, and you can also take a tour of the grounds of the White House. If you've ever been to the White House, you know it's extraordinarily beautiful. So they have some stunning pictures that you can use in your classroom to show the students, especially if you live far away and you're not able to travel. But one thing that I want you to focus on right now is this section of the about the White House, and it's called Our Government. And when you look at the Our Government website, you're taken here and it's broken down into how the government works. And over here, there are some tabs on the three branches of government, as well as how the Electoral College works, state and local governments, as well as the Constitution. So I'm going to start here at the Constitution. As I mentioned, I love history. I love how history comes together and is quite like a story that's told on for students, and hopefully we learn from our history and how we can avoid mistakes that were made in the past. And so one of the most fascinating ways for students to learn about history with all of this information here is through a web quest. And a web quest is simply kind of like a search and find. So I'm providing to you today, a sample web quest that you can use with your students and encourages them to go to the whitehouse.gov website, as well as the about the White House, then to Our Government, and then to Constitution. Once they click on the link for the Constitution, they read and fill out these answers. They can fill it out. You can assign it in Google Classroom. You can assign it through Canvas. You can assign it through Schoology, whatever your LMS system is, and students can fill it out. You also have the option of printing this, especially for some students that struggle between flipping pages. You can print this website out. Another trick I want to show you is if you click and hold the tab button here and pull it all the way to the right, it will actually split the page, and the students can see the questions here and read the questions on this side, and they can go back and forth and back and forth. I really encourage you to take a look at the White House website. It is full of lots of history, lots of information. This is not specifically for fifth grade. If your state teaches the government in fourth grade or maybe sixth grade, feel free to take this resource and adapt it. It is something that, like I said, I created as a fun search and find for my students, something that they could use and know that our White House government website is a place for a resource. It's very fascinating, very interesting stuff. And I really hope that you use this resource as you see fit in your classroom. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and have a beautiful President's Day coming up very soon. Take care.